Welcome to Live with PPN, and we're joined tonight by the usual PPN suspects, and even the man of mystery made it. How about that shit? Tonight's Friday night, and that's gear night. So, who wants to go first? Radar?
Well, I have two things. First up is the Bushcraft Essentials Bush Box. It is a folding stove that will take any kind of fuel pretty much you can throw at it, from fuel tabs to alcohol burners to just everyday wood, grass, anything like that. It comes in actually it's three different sizes. You have the extra large, the regular, and the micro. I have the regular size, and I think it's just right for what I need it for. With two fuel tabs, I can make approximately 16 ounces of water boil. And this is the carry case you can get, and if you break it down and fold it up, it is hella small, which is nice. I have found this is good to go in my bug out bag or my EDC bag. In a bug out situation, I will have my bug out bag and a carry on me no matter what bag. And so because I have two, I can place one in each, which is fantastic. I have links to both in the comments. Also, I have a Titan Damascus knife, which is a small 4-inch fixed blade knife with a walnut handle and a excellent little leather case with a belt clip. Also, before I forget, the Bushbox Essentials comes with the carry case, has both a belt loop and a gear loop, so you can loop it on your bug out bag or what have you. And that's all I got for this week.
Okay, I saw that stove in action during summer's survival weekend, and I noticed that you didn't use any fuel tabs. What you ended up using was like the cotton and Vaseline swab thing, and you didn't use matches or anything. You just did your strike mark, and that thing worked perfect. And it fired right up with the kindling or a little bit of stuff that you made, kind of like a bird's nest deal, and a little bit of you made like a shredded wood, and it lit right up. It stayed lit, and you could put your cup right on top, boil your water or whatever. That thing was handy. Just keep in mind it does get hot.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out, there's little bars that go across the top. There's two of them. I pulled one out, but you can see the other one right there. And the little, I want to say they're 16-ounce cups, stainless steel cups you can get from like camping supply place, fits perfectly on top. I will go over the larger pot I use with that stove in a future show.
Sounds good to me. I guess I can do mine next. Let me.
One quick question.
Okay.
All right.
Your Damascus knife, is that tang go through the handle Straight through?
Yeah, full
Solid?
tang.
Awesome. It's a nice looking knife, bud.
Thank you.
Make sure you hand me the links so I can attach them down below.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me show you. We did our video together that way. It just made it easier for everybody to see it that way. Let me do a screen share. So, what was we talking about before we were rudely interrupted? Your little heater.
Oh, yes, the little one I had up there.
Yeah.
The BioLite.
Got some cleaning gear and some other things gear you should have with you. Over here, it's a Winchester kit. It's not a great kit, but it does the job. Has your brushes, swabs, patches, oils, good cleaning cloth. That would be like at home. This shotgun snake, good deal, clean for your cleaning your shotguns. You got a field kit, AR field cleaning kit. You know, these you're in your pistol, rifle, some patches, the patch ends as brushes, or a little thing for lube and cleaner. Good to have in your bag so when you're out in the field, something you need to clean your AR or pistol, you're good to go. A quick reference guide by Real Avid for your AR in case you got it apart and something don't seem right. You can look through here. It has the information of what you need to know putting your gun back together. This is an AR combo tool, screwdrivers, Allens, and the torque wrenches. And this is for taking that nut off there. These are peened, so you're going to have to get a punch and a hammer and knock it back to loosen that up. I come loose without doing that, but if it's done right, it won't. And you have different parts of your gun you can use this for. This is a Real Avid AR tool, and this thing got everything and then some in it. You have a nice blade, cutting blade that has a file on it. It's clean stuff for scraping clean. It's got a scraper for your bolt, clean your bolt carrier and face off. Torque wrenches, some more Torx, Allen heads, flats, and Phillips head screwdrivers. And they come out, and this has all got a magnet in the bottom, so when you let it go, it sticks. This is for this. And we got screwdriver, whatever you need to do. This is a 1/4-inch wrench. Folds up.
From maintenance to repairs to cleaning.
It'll do all your tear downs, clean up, whatever repairs. And this little gadget here comes off. And somehow it opens. You keep spare. It's got a magnet in it and keeps spare pins or whatever, small screws, stuff like that in there, just in case you happen to lose one. You'll have a set of spares just to make up for it. Comes with this nice carrying sheet, and this is for adjusting your front sight. for those that have a fixed sight on their gun, you can adjust it with this. These molded earplugs, good to have when you're at the range shooting and stuff. Just out in the field in a firefight, I don't think you really care. And for Gunny, the Bowfang radio. And that is all I got. You know, you have these, before I forget, these are so you can look in the bore of your gun through the barrel and see down in there, you know, see how clean it is. This one works with sunlight. Not enough light in here today to show you, but they do work, and they're good. They come with this kit, which is awesome. Kit. Well, that's all I got for this week. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
And we'll put the links below.
And we'll put the links below for the cleaning kits. This AR tool and this one, you can pick this one up at a gun store. They're about $40. That's what I think I paid for this one. Or Wheeler, the Wheeler company. We'll put that link in there so you can dig it up. I got this thing at Walmart, Winchester cleaning kit. Should be easy to find. This comes from Hopi's number 9 shotgun cleaner.
You can find it on Amazon.
Yeah, you can get these on Amazon and Walmart. They're not that expensive. Well, we'll have the link for this cleaning kit on there too.
Hey guys, just my stuff real quick, just a little bit of my stuff, and just hitting on a couple of things that's important. Of course, this is my bug out bag, and yeah, it's huge and unruly and way too heavy. And when I was packing this thing, it's like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need that, because this is my long term. I do have an LIB downstairs, but this one I need to go through again and take stuff out. And I'm not even going to go into it tonight because there's way too much in here, but it's part of my gear. Then I have, of course, my boots. Boots are always important because that's what's going to be on your feet when you're in the field. So I got Bates boots. IFAK. This is my med pack. It goes on my person. It's a tearaway. This needs some going through yet. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of it because we all know what goes in an IFAK. Medical supplies. Just like I said, when I'm in the field, running or gunning, this is going to be on my body somewhere. It needs help too. I need to hook up with some EMT guys and help me get some real important trauma stuff in there. My hydration system, bladder. My brother got me this for Christmas one year. It's a 2.5 liter. Not exactly the camo pattern I like, but it'll work, it'll do the job, and I can hook it to anything. I can hook it to my bob, I can hook it to my running vest, whatever. That's a necessity. In fact, 2 of these are a necessity when you need to stay hydrated. It's important. Next is my AR 500 rig. This has my primary or my secondary sidearm mag pouches on it. These are my old ones. I need to take them out and put my new ones in for my AR. These were for a stick mag, which I'll explain a little bit. That was a long time ago. This is just my pouch. I carry my compass in, which is always good to have one in your. This is a military style one. It's always good to have. This is just an extra pouch for my multi-tool. And the plates I have in here, I took the one out for you to see. AR 500, they are cutouts, but they're flat. And I'm not tickled with them. I'd rather have curved, but it works, especially now that they're trying to outlaw them. Also with the Coyote Tan, I wasn't digging that. Don't know why it happened, but it did. I can either sell it and get what I wanted, or I can just paint this one. Next up is my leg rig, my drop-down leg rig. This company is awesome. I love the design. I kind of makeshift some things, like my K-bar is on the hook to the side of it. I have a smaller, I'm a girl, so I have a smaller K-bar. So that fits great down the side of my leg and right where I need to get it. And, of course, my sidearm. It's got a Serpa holster, so, you know, you push the button, it comes right out, or it locks right in. That is an awesome rig. You also can take it off here and both pieces and hook it right to your belt, so you don't have to keep it running on here. Because, you know, going from out in the field into civilian life, this looks a little threatening, so you would want to take this off and run it on your side and conceal, or however you want to run it. I also have one last thing, and I know we weren't doing firearms tonight, but it's really cool and what I handed down to my daughter now that I have an AR-15. It takes a 50-round drum or 33-round mag stick. Pack gun. Kel-Tec 9mm pack gun. And this thing is the best. I mean, it's the coolest thing anyway. What did you do is you just unpack it. And now you're ready to go. Lock it into place. And now you have a full rifle. This thing is fun to shoot. My 16-year-old took right to it, and single point sling. It fits in a backpack. That's what's the cool thing is you can hide this thing, you know, in a backpack, and no one even know you have it. And like I said, it takes a 50-round drum. I can't get it to. There it goes. And sometimes I get it backwards. It's been a while. I don't mess with it anymore. She does. But you just pull it like this, and then you pack it away in a little backpack, and no one knows you have it. And it takes this 50-round drum, which it takes Glock. It's universal with Glock. If I had my sidearm was a Glock, I could take this off and put it right in my Glock. But my sidearm happens to not be a Glock. My sidearm is an XD. So can still use the same ammo, just not the same mags. So this is good to have, and it's fun. And of course, you know, I could, if I had a sidearm as a Glock, I could put this in. But this thing has never let me down, and I always did great with it. And then when I got an AR-15, of course, I handed it right down to my daughter. So it's not a necessity, but it's a good backup, or it's nice for the younger adults, you know, that don't want something as heavy as an AR or whatever. But so I just had to show it again because, you know, you don't see much of them out there, and again, the portability is awesome. But this is a little bit of my gear for tonight. Don't want to show you everything since we do gear nights on every Friday. But there it is for tonight. Thanks, guys.
This is a nice little knife. No, I don't know if the tang goes all the way through, and it probably doesn't because it's cheap and it's from China. But it goes in my EDC bag. It's about a foot-long blade. And for $12, what do you expect? It works well. Do everything I needed to do out in the field. Came with a nice little holster, too.
So where do you plan on using that, or what do you plan on doing with that?
Oh, this one is just my EDC bag. I just throw it in there in case I get stuck out on the road.
Well, that works. Is it pretty sharp, or do you have to put an edge on it yourself?
I haven't actually sharpened this one, so I couldn't tell you. It looks pretty sharp.
Don't run your thumb down it.
Where's your thumb at? We'll give it a test.
No, run it down your tongue, Gunny. Do that on video, please.
Just take a piece of paper and
That's what I'm
there.
looking for. If I can find a piece that I don't need.
To children watching, or they people not aware, do not run any knife down your tongue. This is a stupid idea.
You're just chicken.
I want to make sure we don't get a lawsuit tomorrow.
If they don't know that you don't try this at home, something's wrong with them.
No, they're probably not watching this to begin with.
Exactly. They're down there watching Curious George like mine are. And I'm telling you what, half the shit that damn monkey does, you ought to have a disclaimer on that cartoon too.
Yeah.
Oh, there probably is one on the box.
Well, for the knife or the monkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the entire
What'd you
Like the
find out?
Beavis and Butthead days.
Yeah.
So, hey, I wanted to show you something I want to add to my... Oh, no. I'm going to show you something I want to add.
Yeah.
This is the Enhanced IFAC Level 2. So the IFAC that I showed you, I had the basics in it, like all the gauze and all the other stuff. What I want to add to it is like the cat tourniquet, the shears, also it has let me see, black. I have gloves, but I forgot to put them in there. It's got a trach tube. This is the most comprehensive IFAC kit they have. That's it's designed for front lines by professionals for training on the cat tourniquets, such as combat units and police as well as EMS officers. So that should have everything you basically would need if you're on a front line situation. And I really like the stuff that's in it. This whole kit comes complete as you see it for like $130 some. But since I already have my tearaway pouch, I just need to put step it up a little bit what's inside. So that
It wouldn't hurt to get that too and go with the other.
Yeah. The other thing I have, these puppies. I want to get us a whole bunch if I can help it. These are my mag pouches for my AR. See how much wider they are than my sticks? So now I have to move. Yeah, I have to move everything around. What do you mean you can't see it? Open your eyes, fool! Our room troll can't see it. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I can see fine. My eyes are open.
These you can. Hawkeye said, "Prove it." You can get these in all kinds of colors, all kinds of camo patterns, whatever. I like the way they loop because I've got tons of Molly on my plate carrier, so I can put like them everywhere. I just have to move things around to accommodate the width because of I had a bunch of sticks, the stick mag. So I'm gonna put those pouches probably on my daughter's bug out bag and whatnot, and get some of these for my carrier and whatnots. And those aren't that much expensive either. So that's another thing I want to add to my gear.
Okay.
So, but that's it. I mean, that's gear tonight, I suppose.
Well, I would have had more, but I want to have stuff for future shows without having to run out and buy stuff.
Well, we'd ask the man of mystery, but let me show you what he's doing. You see his screen? You see this? He's in Dorkdomville right now. He's over there working on his tablet, trying to fix his ROM. And so he's over there just hanging out in Dorkville, Geekville. I hope he gets it fixed, though, because I know that's frustrating as hell.
Read-only memory.
More than that, it's like, hey, I'm going to tell you what. This is a sad thing. They're making technology too damn portable. And you know what happens when you piss MG off, right? It's going to fly. I've done it with keyboards, laptops, speakers, microphones. I've sent shit sailing so many times through the... I tell you what.
That is why I weigh almost 300 pounds. So you can't throw me.
Hey, I make a pretty good anchor myself.
I think we all do at this point.
I make good feather.
Yeah, you don't have no ass.
You make a good bear taco.
Indeed.
And sleep through it too. He'd
Yep.
wake up in the bear's stomach going, "How did I get in here? Where
Yeah.
am I?"
Yep.
Of course, I was gonna say I shut that one down already.
See? But you know what? And I hate to. I tell you what you do. Next gear show, you don't have to unpack that little hammock of yours, but you know it's a really cool hammock. I think you should feature it. You don't have to unpack it; just show it already packed up. But you can show a picture of it if you can find one where someone's already got it set up.
Oh,
Or
go ahead.
I have pictures from Survival Weekend. I can use those. Actually,
All
I
right.
could even use the clip so people can identify with what we're talking about. How Radar sleeps.
The bear
Hey.
taco.
The bear taco.
And actually, I can go directly on the manufacturer's website and get some pictures and stuff for next week.
Right on. I can bring my big bag up. I got that sleep system. It's a military sleep system in the bottom of it. But like your hammock, you know it's easy to pull that shit out, but when you got to roll it back up to put it in there, it's got to fit just right. It's got to be a certain amount of size or you're screwed or it's not going in there. Kind of like the tents we had over the summer. We got them out, got everything set up, but when it was time to put them back away, oh, screw that shit. Just throw it in the back.
Well, that
Mine
is
fit great.
Your tent is enough for 80 people.
Mine is a command tent.
You look like
I don't
Omar
know what
Sharif in that tent.
I don't know what he's commanding over there except for his farts, but I'll tell you what, it's big enough for 2 families.
Well, that's what I'll put as a plus factor for the hammock, is it all just shoved in a bag.
Yeah, but you know what? It's got to be folded right.
No, the rainfly was the one that had to be folded right because that did not have a quick stuff sack.
Okay, because I know it was one of those things you were bitching the whole damn time.
Yeah, that would be the rainfly.
Well, we had a makeshift something anyway because we, there was. Are you on the jumbotron again? Look at this. He's on the jumbotron. Go ahead, Gunny. You want to go ahead and do it? Do it.
Do I need to
Because
be
you're
on the
just going to set me off
again?
to go. I got you all up in the camera, man. Knucklehead. Hey, we're going to start calling people names. What do you got? Operation Manual. Oh, here we go. We're going to get a sermon from Gunny.
Uh-oh.
Look out. Go ahead and rant if you're going to. You know you
I'm
want
not going to rant.
Just go ahead and preach because you know you want to.
Just waiting for everybody to get their licenses.
Go ahead and explain.
Well, you need a license to use the radios.
Now, to be correct, you need a license to transmit, but you can listen without a license.
But if you can't transmit, the radio in your car will work for that.
This is true, but you can't listen to the wonderful radio folk in your area on your car radio. Unless you put your ham radio in your car, and that's now your car radio.
All you need for your car radio to do it is to be able to input the frequency.
Seriously, it goes low enough?
Your actual megahertz are the numbers lower. It's like 90 something to 107, and your ham is like 144.
So it goes high enough?
88.1.
8.1?
88.1 your car radio.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 88.1 to like 107 something, isn't
Correct.
it? Yeah, and your standard 2 meter is like 140 something.
Yes. And if you're going to use the ham radio for just listening, why not just get a scanner?
Yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper.
Yep.
I got one right here.
And you don't get risk of getting pulled over by the fuzz and asked why you have a radio.
Yeah,
The fuzz.
Okay, the cops.
Here's one of those
The
radios
man.
you speak of.
Yep.
I like this one better.
It does both.
This one does scan and does transmissions.
Okay,
Also
cool.
known as a transceiver.
And we're slowly working on getting our base together. At some point for our BC. The
All
base
right.
unit, I guess I should say.
Yes, I'm still drooling over those.
Gunny's giving me prices from 1 minute. He gives me prices all the time, and when it starts dropping is when I'm going to say, okay, now I'm thinking about it.
I gotta see if I can find them used somewhere.
They're not cheap, that's for sure.
Well, some of that was because I was looking for an all-in-one.
Now, you
It
were
would-
talking about doing some kind of antenna. Didn't you say like one that you can put up and down?
I actually have plans for one. You'll probably have to edit my video. When I find it, I'll throw it up there. Oh, there it is.
That was quick. That looks like a TV radio or TV antenna. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 7 decibel for $7.
Damn, $1
It's
a
a-
decibel.
It's a 2 meter beam antenna. You can build it at home.
And how far will you get out with that?
It's a beam antenna, so it's directional, so it'll go a little further than your omnidirectional ones.
Can
The
you
only
give
thing
me
is you have-
mileage?
As I do not currently have one, I cannot.
Can you guesstimate?
50 to 60 miles as the crow flies is what they say here.
Okay.
But you need an antenna analyzer to be able to use it. Else you'll fry your unit.
Why is that?
Because if the RFs and stuff don't, not the RFs, if the SWs do not match up to the radio, you'll fry the circuitry in the radio.
Aha. Okay. That's why you're the comms guy. You just like push a button, talk, and whatever. It's got to be interesting. Can you do something with motorcycles? Then I'm all in.
Not sure what kind of radio we could run off of a motorcycle.
Hey, I run these chargers and stuff, so I can run my you can run your regular radios, because if you have a fairing on the front, you can run regular radios. So that, and you can run your cell phone shit off of it, Bluetooth off of it. I don't see why we can't figure out something for this one.
Yeah, but I think if you
You can
start
get-
getting into a length of antenna issue.
But they've got whips on the back of some of these, what I call grocery getter bikes, but you can run CBs off of them.
The old man bikes.
Yeah, the old man bikes. I call them grocery getters.
If you can run a CB off of it, you can run a 10 meter.
Well, there you go. How about that? Works for me. So figure that shit out and let me know what you find out.
Just got to figure out where to mount the radio.
We're not. Hey, are you deciding? Have you decided about our requirements? Like, you want us to run CBs like as a secondary, and have our ham radios as our primary?
Well, the CBs anybody can run. You just throw that together. You have a equipment license, is what it's called. As long as you have the CB, you haven't made any adjustments to it, you're licensed for the
CB.
for the equipment. If you get into 10 meter or 2 meter, you have to actually have the license to operate it.
Right.
So if you don't have the license, get the CB first, get some practice on the radio, then get your amateur licenses, and then work on getting the other radios.
The other hams.
Right. Well, if you can understand 11 meter, you'll be able to understand 10 meter.
All right. Hey, that's another thing. I know we need to. There's a difference between gear and preps, because I got tons of preps, but and that would be like the insides of my IFAC would be your preps. You need to prep all this kind of stuff. I got a tote full of preps. One thing a lot of people don't think about bringing is a meat thermometer. But guess what? I've got one in my bug out bag. You could use it for a multitudes of things, not just inside temperature of your meat. Gunny, smart ass. In case you notice, he's being a good boy. See that? He's not saying a word. Any damn way. Then you got Hawkeye over here whistling. Look, both y'all gonna have to keep you on both sides of the camp. But yeah, I have tons of that kind of stuff. Maybe we can figure out how to, mingle some of that into our gear nights, because, we all have tons of preps, and I'm trying to still get Gunny's wife to come on here with her couponing, because I think that would be very beneficial for everybody to learn, and that's just like basics, So if you're just starting to prep and you want to figure out the budget way of doing it, or I know you can go to the dollar store and pick up all kinds of stuff, but a lot of people just don't know. I mean, some of it might be common sense, but for the most part, how much of this stuff or how much of that stuff. You never can have enough.
Here's an example for you. The local news for the last 3 days has been telling everybody what you should keep in your car in case you get stuck in a winter storm. Apparently, this is not common knowledge.
Well, I would say blankets, water, maybe some food because you're stuck there, something to start a fire so you can stay warm. That kind of stuff. Well, you've seen my EDC bag. Of course, that one was for my motorcycle, but the same premise applies. Just might have more of that kind of stuff because it's a car, it's a vehicle. I can carry a little more, and it stays in there all the time. But the little bag I showed you last week was my motorcycle one, and it has your fire starting, your food, your water, basic stuff like that. It has one of those Nylar blankets, but that, to me, I don't care how well they say they are. It's not like a wool blanket or something that's really going to keep you warm in the winter months. If you're stuck out there for 2 days or better, it gets cold, you're going to run out of gas, your car won't start, you're going to be sitting there freezing. Yes, sir, that bag right there. Hold on, let me put it on you. There you go. Yep, that bag. That blanket.
Yeah, that's in my EDC. I'll have to go through that and do a separate video for all that.
Yeah, those are just common knowledge stuff. I mean, it's cold. It's just like fire burns, it's hot, don't touch. Well, it's cold. You want to have something to keep you warm, keep you fed. So if they have to give that kind of message across your TV or in the news, something's wrong.
And we're talking here in the Northeast. We're talking here in the Northeast, where supposedly we're all educated and intellectual and smart.
You're a Yankee.
Yes, no, I'm not.
You're up north.
I'm a Confederate spy.
Yo, is that what you call yourself?
Yes.
I'm a.
What are you going to report back? The roads in PA suck.
Well, that's known information. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, they suck even worse in Ohio, let me tell you.
Speaking of which, now that you got me on the topic.
Oh, here we go.
They have upped the snowfall totals from my area. Where the hell did it go?
Dum dum dum.
Da na na na.
You really need Alex Trebek music, I swear.
There it is. I am no longer getting 8 to 12. I'm getting 8 to 14.
2 more inches and you're going to cry about it.
No, I love it.
That just means he ain't taking the semi out.
If I got to stay at home, I want snow.
What's that, Hawkeye?
8 to 12 inches, 8 to 14 ain't bad. You can still get around.
Now see where my granddad's at. He's looking at 2 feet plus.
Yeah, my boys are down there between Baltimore and me, and they're expected 2 feet plus also. So they got the chains out on everything. They're restringing their toe straps, getting ready to pull everybody out the ditches. Pack lunches because you're gonna be out there for a while.
Yeah, I like Kenya's approach. If you go out in bad weather and you're that dumb, we'll dig you out when we get to you. Otherwise, I hope you're ready for it.
Do you know when I was a teenager in high school? I know, forever ago. But we lived in the country, of course, and they put a state of emergency in, right? So if you have a regular vehicle, your ass should not be on the road. So we had snowmobiles, and we had cops literally stop us and ask us if we were willing to rent them some snowmobiles so that they could get to calls because their cars weren't getting anywhere. I thought that was like cool as all get out. They were wanting to rent our snowmobiles.
That is awesome.
But of course, you're going back into the late 80s, mid 80s, and when thinking cops were cool.
Take the 8 to 14 I'm getting, move that about 300 miles south, and the entire southeast shuts down for a week minimum.
Now look at that
They shut down when they get an inch.
Yeah.
They get rain and they shut down.
Well, think of it this way. Up where y'all are at in the Northeast, y'all are at least ready for this stuff, for the snow and everything else. When it happens in, like, Atlanta last year, everything shuts down because they don't have a way to get rid of everything.
When I lived in Virginia, they shut down because they had nothing to get rid of nothing.
Just shove that shit in the ocean, man. You got plenty of room.
You got to be shitting me.
Well, they can't drive to begin with. You know West Virginians.
Well, remember, PA did have a blizzard come through, and the governor at the time, real smart man here, didn't move the equipment where it needed to be. I-78 was shut down for 4 or 5 days. People stranded in the middle of the highway.
Huh.
Now, see, here's a prime here's the prime example. All right, you want to unmute your mic and say that again?
That's on PennDOT, not having their equipment where it belongs.
Well, PennDOT wasn't the one.
PennDOT takes care of the roads. They take care of all the main state roads, and they're the ones that have to have their shit out on the road before the storm even gets there.
That is if they're allowed to have salt or calcium.
But
well,
the governor
they have that other shit too. They spray on the roads now too.
Well, I guess whoever would be the governor that calls a state of emergency, he would be the one that would initiate to PennDOT, this is what we really need to focus on, and this is what we need. So if PennDOT drops the ball, it's on them.
Yeah, the governor, from what I understand, moved all the equipment, or had the Secretary of Transportation move it all down to Philly to keep Philly open.
What about Pittsburgh? It's another main artery.
But this governor was the mayor of Philly. He didn't care about anybody else.
Oh, preferential treatment.
Oh, just for full disclosure, it's Governor Rendell, by the way.
Well, what I was going to say, those little stoves that Radar showed, those would be perfect to put in your car. And the reason I say that is because if you're in a situation where all this snow, okay, you could put that snow in one of those little tin cups and boil water on that little stove. If need be, if your car's broke down alongside the road and you're waiting forever because, you have no way of getting a hold of anybody.
And then make ramen noodles.
There you go.
I
wouldn't eat them, though.
I will point this out. Is everyone says, oh, I don't need to boil water or melt the snow down. I can just eat snow and I'll get water that way. It's important to remember, because of the snow having a significantly lower temperature than your body, it will burn calories just trying to your body trying to warm up from that snow. So if you don't have any food, you're basically looking at being extremely hungry afterwards. Not immediately, but, you know, hour or two.
Right. And see, that's why you get those SOS bars, which I say aren't the best. Because
Right.
all they are, they're not nutritional. They're more fillers. They'll give you carbohydrates, give you your big boost of energy, that kind of thing. A lot of people are relying more on the Cliff Bars now. The Cliff Bars have more nutrient value to them. That'll help keep you healthy at the same time keeping you satisfied, energized, whatever. So they're easy to come by and get. You can get a whole big ass box of them from Walmart, I believe, and just keep them in your car. I mean,
Yep.
you know.
A
So
while back, I found a way to make your own.
Cliff Bars, make your own Cliff Bars.
No, not necessarily Cliff Bars, but a nutritional supplement bar that you bake in the oven, and it compacts down just like the Cliff Bars and all those, and you can vacuum seal them and you can store them.
No kidding.
Yep. You have a link for that?
I can search it out again.
Yeah, if you would mind.
Put it in the room when you find it.
Will do.
That way I can put it in the box below.
Does anyone have any experience with those little heaters that have the power exchanger on them?
No.
Can't say I do.
I barely have any heat.
You're in Arizona and you don't need no damn heat.
What do you mean, a heat exchanger?
Well, I found them at Field and Stream.
Okay.
They're like the little bio heaters, and you could charge a battery on it and then plug it in to charge your cell phone.
Oh, no, okay. One you can put on a propane bottle and it'll light up and will keep your hunting blind warm.
Yeah,
No,
I'll see if I can find it.
A small propane bottle. It's pretty cool.
Gunny's talking more like I want to say it's BioLite that makes the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is a like small stove like what I have, only it's not foldable. It's kind of like a tumbler cup almost, and it has this pouch or pack basically that slaps on the side, and it has a tube that goes out to where the fire is, and it will basically recharge or charge anything via a USB connection.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right.
But if I want heat, I ain't worried about charging my cell phone.
Right. Well, Gunny's talking about the rechargeable, the charging stuff.
Yeah, this would give you the heat,
Yeah.
but it would also allow you to recharge your cell phone or tablet or something like that, or your radios.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is a picture
Yeah.
of it. The BioLite I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Make sure you click this picture, MG.
I know what I'm doing. You just sit over there and hush, you.
It's a little heavy, but I
What
like
do you
the fact
put in
that
it?
it charges stuff. Anything, any brush, twigs.
Organic.
Okay,
burnable
that's the
material.
one. All right. Well, like I'd have to agree with Night Train. He said he's not too sure about having anything that close to something that gets hot that you charge with.
I've heard it, but unless I try it, I couldn't tell you.
And there's 86 different reviews, and it's got 5 stars.
Of course, if it's got that many 5 stars, that means somebody's probably paying for reviews.
86 of them to be exact.
But
Well,
I think you can charge that base while the fire's going, and then charge your phone off the base when the fire's out.
Well, you see, they got pictures here of people on it while the fire's lit.
Yeah, I know. I'd still like to give it a try, though.
Yeah. It looks
I don't,
pretty cool. It looks compact, small.
but it is heavy as 2 pounds.
Yeah. That's adding 2 pounds to your bob.
Yeah, no thank you.
I have a family of 5. 2 pounds is not noticeable to me.
I tell you what, put it on the dog's pack.
Yeah, that'll work. I got a German Shepherd. He'll do it.
Yep, that's what you got to do. See, people forget about their pets, and pets. I mean, depending on the size, if it ain't a Chihuahua, it can carry stuff. Like just like they make these. I won't call it a saddle, but it's like it fits over their back like if you put a coat or something on them, but it straps on them, and it has like military pockets, like cargo pants all over it, and you can store a lot of stuff in those pockets for that pet. As far as dog food goes, I don't think I get the big bags. I can't see my dog carrying a big. I see him eating it along the way, but I don't see him being able to carry that kind of weight. But people have to think about that too. They have to think about, feeding and watering their dog and proper bedding and, whatever it takes to take care of their pets as long as they can,
See, I don't tend to worry so much about the food side for the pet. That as far as the pet goes, he can eat human food on a short term, and dogs eat meat. So as long as you have meat, you're good.
Yeah, but you don't know the time frame between you get yourself set up somewhere and then go hunting and procure this, stuff. You'd have to pack extra in your bug out supply or your preps or whatever. And what sometimes people food is not good for dogs or your pets. Certain things are actually lethal to your pets. So you really have to do some planning, some research, Google that stuff and find out what's best preps for your pet. Hey, say that fast 10 times.
Yep.
10 times, 10 times, 10 times.
You're not even funny. That
I try.
That pause and beep, Jackson, was Gunny's radio mic cut out.
Yeah, it shut off on me.
Yeah. Hey, who put that up? Ah, Radar. There you go. There's your dog saddlebag I was talking about. See, that would be perfect for your shepherd. And it's really not expensive. It's only $17.99.
Where'd you find that at?
Google, freak.
We be dog.
No, actually, it was off a link that XX posted earlier, and I was looking around the shop, and I found this. And I remembered it, and I went back.
I should get that and put bricks in it when I walk the dog just to slow him down.
But yeah, that's a good link to have because that even my dog being an English bulldog, he's 60 plus pounds. He could wear that perfect. I mean, it might be the same length of his body, but hey,
You'll be dragging on the ground with short legs.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm sure you could get a smaller one for dog dependent.
Right. But at the same time, also not just food for your dog or water for your dog or whatever, but also first aid for your dog.
Right. That would be a huge one.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, your dog, your shepherd's very protective, family protective. So if we had somebody in a scenario where they were coming at you because they want what you got, and your dog wanted to protect you, they could do stab your dog, whatever, and you'd have to try to, if he lived through that, you'd have to try to be able to heal those wounds and use whatever. You don't want to use your preps because you have to take care of your family. So if you had preps set for him, then you'd be able to, you know where I'm going.
Well, you go back to the whole principle that every member needs their own first aid
Exactly. Exactly. Unlike those bunch out in Oregon who ask for donations, you
don't forget the French vanilla creamer to go with it.
I need French vanilla creamer.
I think I actually have some in my bob.
Yeah.
Ding dongs or French vanilla creamer?
Both,
French vanilla creamer. I'm serious. I found some at Walmart before our summer survival weekend, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated. And I got some to throw in my pop, but it's like this little bottle. Now I would take it out, but it's buried.
Honestly, they do make seasoned packets, little small seasoned packets. They also make powdered creamers in packets. So when you go to, and this is another thing. Remember when I showed you my gear, my bug out bag? You see how big that bloated that thing is, and I know. I keep thinking to myself, I got to carry this, I got to carry that, but those packets ain't nothing. It's no bigger than a moist alcohol prep towelette,
Yep.
So, that's seasonings, and there's your creamer. But once it runs out, it's gone. So use it sparingly. And, a lot of people are going to be tested when that shit goes down, regardless of the scenario. Hurricane, man-made, whatever. They're going to be tested, and their willpower is going to have to really be checked, because you can't, eat normal. You can't, do what you normally do. You have to learn to ration. And, in my family, the biggest one that's going to hurt is my 16-year-old. She doesn't know how to ration, and she hates water. So those two big issues, I mean, she'll eat anything you put in front of her. She'll eat a pine cone. But when it comes to water or learning how to ration and learning that, you're not really hungry or just bored kind of scenario, that's going to hurt her the worst.
And milkshakes.
No milkshakes. No milkshakes, XX.
We need a cow and a goat
You're
at
going to
base
need a lot
camp.
of powdered milk for that.
I hope you're homesteading, because you're going to need cows for milkshakes.
I'll get with nitrate, and we'll bring one up and place it at base camp for you.
You can always use goats, too.
It'll last as long as the bear gets to
But
it.
see, goat milk is so rich. It's not like cow's milk at all. It's that stuff is a whole different breed of animal. You can have goat cheese.
Of course, if we got goats for base camp, we wouldn't have to mow it either.
True.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But those damn things are noisier than your dog, and they like to climb on everything. We never
They
get
like
rid
to
of them
eat
things.
everything too.
Yeah, tin cans. What else? Yeah, they're just unruly.
I'll bring the German
It's the right
Shepherd.
Billy goat too.
He'll keep them herded for you, or run them off, one or the other.
That's the thing. I've seen a lot of wild critters up there. I've never seen squirrel. I've never seen raccoon. I've saw turkey, and I've saw deer. And that's about all I've seen up there. And you're looking at a national forest. You should have every critter. Oh, ladybugs. I'm going to tell you what, around May, June, we have enough ladybugs up there that you could make a stew out of them. So if you ever figured out how to make a stew out of ladybugs, let me know, because we need to soften them shells. I ain't into the crunch.
No guy bugs? What is this national forest? Sexist?
Apparently so, but yeah. No June bugs either. How about that? Too far north.
As far as squirrels and raccoons, you don't want to see a raccoon. Squirrels, you probably are deeper in the woods. If you put a bird feeder out or a corn cob, you probably see them come around.
We had a gravity feeder for deer, which means that shit lays all over the ground. Still, no squirrels.
No, but there's a shitload of turkeys in the yard.
Oh, yeah. We'd have turkey all the time.
Turkey might be chasing them off.
Oh, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, we'll figure out how to gumbo that turkey. Fricassee, gumbo, soup.
Whatever you do, don't think the turkey that's in that field is the same one you get at the grocery store.
Yeah, the legs are real stringy. All you're going to get is the breast, about the only part you're going to eat.
Yeah, it's stringy, a lot more bones, a lot less meat.
Is it greasy?
No, I don't think it's greasy. They don't eat the grains they feed them at the farms. It's the grain that fattens them up.
Right. And of course, them being on the move all the time, they're going to be tough, I'm sure.
And don't get into a fight with one either. It's not pretty.
I want you to look at what I'm looking at on here. XX, Ladybug Lentil Stew. He actually found it. leave it to XX, man. We'll have to save that because we got tons of them puppies up there. They're everywhere around that same time.
Bugs are a good source of protein.
Yes, it is, but I will tell you what, I will run out of my food before I eat them. I will have to be like dire need before I eat.
If you boil them long enough, it'll soften them up. They won't be so crunchy.
This is true. This is true.
You want the grinder blocks to grind it?
Make sure you drink the broth because I'm sure a lot of the nutrients are boiled off into the water.
You know what I really want to do?
So a lot of the germs.
Yeah. Well, you know, if we go down through and take a hike down through the forest, we can come across tons of pine cones. I really want to try that pine cone tea.
Pine cone tea?
Yeah.
Okay, then it takes a while, but you can take acorns, a bunch of them. Then you got to roast them. First you have to boil them, then roast them and crunch them and turn them into coffee.
I thought you smashed them up, then you like browned them, and then you put in water, and then that's how you get your acorn coffee.
You gotta boil them first and get them and clean them out before you do the rest.
Okay.
You gotta blanch them.
Yeah, or whatever's in them will make you sick.
Yeah, there's a recipe from a woman from Ireland that has a recipe out there for that.
Survival Lily's her name.
Survival Lily.
And then she made the aspirin out of the willow bark, and she said it tastes really bad.
And she also said it might give your stomach a little bit of an upset. But if I'm in a lot of pain, I'll go through that upset stomach to get rid of that pain.
Yeah. You also, thinking on natural foods and drinks, you can make a pine needle tea. But don't do it with yellow pine because of adverse reactions and such. And unfortunately, that is Pine, Escalade, Florida, a giant yellow pine forest.
So it's the same thing as snow. Don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah!
Stay away from the yellow snow.
I think
And brown
Gunny's
snow.
got the snow on the brain, man. He's got his measuring tape.
Mr.
Not real
Weatherman.
accurate, but another reason why you should get your ham radio license, so you can participate in weather drills.
Well, see, here's the thing people might not realize. Gunny being a truck driver, he needs to know weather. He needs to know what he's going to be getting into, what he's got to drive into. And if he's already on the road, wherever he's going, he's got to know what the weather is there so he knows what he's getting ready to tackle. It takes a lot of the guessing out of, oh, crap, well, maybe I should go divert my travel to another way. That way I can avoid all that crap. So that's why he's Mr. Weatherman sometimes. If it looks crappy, don't go through it.
Yeah.
If it looks crappy and you're from the south, stay home. If it looks crappy and you're from the north, better be safe and stay home. If you're a trucker, best judgment.
Well, something I'll point out in conjunction with the weather is looking at the news with all these stores, grocery stores and stuff that are cleaned out, is it shows how little prepared people are. It's like all of a sudden, oh no, a snowstorm's coming, I gotta buy everything. No, you don't need to buy everything. Just buy half of everything.
Speaking of which, I was at the grocery store today.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It was remarkably well stocked.
Because they were preparing for it.
My wonderful wife and her giant, glorious books of coupons was able to get me down to 3 cents a gallon for gas.
Nice.
Would you get tired of watching all the time we post in the room how we get gas for like 30 gallon of gas for $2?
She got 25 gallons of gas for 90 cents.
Not bad at all. Not
Nope.
bad at all. Let me tell you, that just goes like if you go to the store whenever these storms flare up, like Radar was touching on, and the store is just like unloaded and ransacked. This tells you people don't prep for nothing. They're last minuters, you know?
Yep.
I mean, that's the last place I want to go is to a damn store knowing that this shit's coming. You know? I'd rather just...
You want to go to the store and it ain't coming.
Hey, I don't like shopping. I'm sorry. Especially
Unless it's guns, I'm out.
Well, Walmart's more of amusement.
No.
I can always go do my rant and bitch and complain, but I want your all's feedback on this one.
Okay.
I saw a video.
Isn't that how the world ends?
Yeah, by video. The YouTube of hell. You know I can't stand Santilli. Somebody's got to put it out there, and I'm not the only one doing it. There's so many other people attacking him right now, and the weird thing is that here lately he must have been, I don't know who put him in his place and pulled him up, but I want to shake that man's hand. It has been, I guess this past week, that his demeanor has done a 360. He has lost the cowboy hat. He's back to his baseball cap, and he does not put out videos. Maybe once, or one day was one time, one day might have been twice. One time was for a minute of bullshit nothing. And his demeanor every time is very complete opposite of what he's usually, the way he usually is. He's usually, obnoxious in your face and calling people names and being provocating everybody, being an idiot. And this past week, he's completely the opposite. He is quiet. He's trying to be more professional, more journalistic, not his normal self. And it must be killing him. It's got to be killing him to be somebody he's not. And the thing is that, that's probably why he's not doing so many videos. And the videos that he does are short because he can't keep up that same demeanor because that's not who he is.
Right.
Now, he's getting butthurt because people are starting to call him out. Okay? All right, I will give him one thing. I do, after Doom has showed that, that fax looks fake. It does look fake. It used GMT time and isn't, California PST time. I think Dunny would know.
FBI wouldn't use California time. Anything government uses GMT.
Are you for real?
Yeah, even ham radios, it's that way.
And GMT, that's not Greater Mountain Time, right?
No, that's Greenwich Mean Witch time.
All right, Greenwich Mean Witch time.
It's also known as Zulu.
Okay, so that's an FBI term, and also they use it with government stuff.
As far as I know, they do.
So that's why this could be almost legit then, if it is legit. The fax. Did you see the fax?
I saw parts of it.
Okay, well, they used the GMT time, and of course, Doom thought, well, you know what, California is more Pacific time, so it should be, the Pacific time showing there. And I also noticed something else. The date on it is military date, which Doom didn't understand because, of course, he's not military, so he wouldn't have caught it. But my ex, being military, he does all his dates kind of ass backwards like that. So I know the government also does their dates ass backwards just like the military does. So it could very well be that this fax might just be real. Or not. Take it or leave it. But needless to say, he got butthurt from everybody pulling him out and putting him on blast. And so he had to go to Brandon. And he boo-hooed to Brandon. Help me, please, because these people are I'm losing people. People are all attacking me. So Brandon tonight put out this little interview video with him, trying to cover his back, telling him that he's vetted him thoroughly, that he has a team of people in his 3% group who do nothing but vet people, and that yeah, right, and that he's been thoroughly 100% vetted. His entire background. He was very, open with all his information, Social Security, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And he was very, willing to give all this out. They vetted him and said he's 100% clean. He's not a snitch. He's not an FBI informant. He's not this, that, and the other. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me do a quick screen share.
I was going to say, was that on the BLM computers?
Right.
At the wildlife reserve?
I'm not quite sure, but let me show you what I'm talking about.
Things like that. Then we'll send a fax cover sheet in with an update that's hard evidence that could get out to the public, because that's not how CIs work. So first and foremost, a reasonable person should look at a fax cover sheet and look at that. And even before I talk to Pete, I question that, the validity of that, because anybody can make that. If you have a CI who's truly a confidential informant, they're not going to send a fax cover sheet with imperative information like that. So it's absolutely false. He showed us the screenshots of when his computer was hacked. We did dig deep into him for a total of several days, actually. That was our whole project, to make sure that this wasn't accurate. Because if it was accurate, I wouldn't be sitting here in this room. And I also invite, if I'm wrong, if Pete's not telling me the truth and what we found, if I'm wrong, if the FBI's wrong, bring me, and I'll give it to our intel team, the evidence that you have, and we'll deal with it. And I'll sit here and say that our intelligence team was absolutely inaccurate. And
facts, FACTS, not a bogus Photoshop.
There we go. So I just wanted to address that, because I walked in on that whole tirade, and I just want
I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. Right. It needs to be addressed. And I'm getting emails too. With the only thing people are providing on emails is YouTube links,
right,
and links to other people's Facebook page with crap. And hey, if you want to send me stuff on our email page, from our page via email with stuff, send facts and documents, actual documents that can be verified. Because everyone else is buying into this, and what happens when you buy into this thing, especially in the middle of an operation, you become part of the problem, not the solution. Right. So what we need to do is, we're in the middle of something right now, and there's a lot of things coming out about us and our organization, Pete. There's a time for that after. Let's get these guys off the hill alive and safe. That's what our mission here is for. Let's protect this community. Right. And that's why we're here.
But after being properly vetted, the most important message that I wanted to convey through this last message is what's going on the ground. It's permeated down on the ground because we got somebody in the camp that was trying to blow it up. But most importantly, the disinformation people that are regurgitating that stuff, it's destructive to the cause. It's distracting people from the core issues that we're trying to resolve here.
And what people need to understand is just people put in place, either purposefully or people are just toxic in themselves.
Hold up. Before we go any further, what did he say? He says all that stuff is hurting the cause. What the hell has he been doing since day one? He's hurting the cause. So now he's all butthurt because people are putting him on blast for acting a fool. He's going to start saying, that's hurting the cause. What's truly was hurting the cause was him from the beginning. Let's finish this.
That just want to create discourse because they can't have the fame or the spotlight, if you will, of the media that's already here, or they can't actually get out of their chair from wherever they are and come here and be a part of this, so they have to create discourse to justify feeling better about themselves for them not being here. And if that's your case, I encourage you to pick up the phone and call us here, because we can put you to work at home. We can have you working on things for us from home. But if your whole motive is to bring down the...
You got something, Gunny?
Yes, so calling a 16-year-old girl a prostitute helps the cause.
Exactly. Calling FBI agents thunderheads and meatheads is helping the cause. Okay?
Yeah.
Showing, complete, total unprofessionalism is helping the cause. Really. Let's go.
Operation, create discourse, then we don't need you here. We don't need your help.
We're all over
That's
the
where I'll
place.
be down.
Can't keep the
So,
film
if
down.
someone wants to present facts, send them to me. But I'm talking facts, not someone's YouTube channel, not someone's Facebook posting and saying so-and-so said this, so it's accurate. I can make anything up I want about anybody, make it go viral, and make you all believe it as well.
Just like he's doing right here. Get that? He can make up anything he wants and post it out there, make it go viral, and make you believe anything you want. Where's the proof of his vetting of Pete Santilli? Where's the proof that he's not an FBI informant? He's given us no proof. What he is giving us is that Brandon Curtis and Pete Santilli are butt buddies. That's what he's given us. Okay?
Documentation.
Going in dry.
We have contacts there as well. That was confirmed as not accurate or true.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that until just right now. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. There you go. I appreciate you doing that. You know, to be properly vetted is important to me. Now, on this side of it, because I'm not on the other side, it's important to know if we have people among us who are, you know, operating as, you know, double operatives that are betraying the confidence of the Patriot community.
Right.
Among us. So is he one of them now? I mean, what's changed? Like I said, his whole demeanor, you see how he's talking, he's, you know, not being crazy, he's trying not to interrupt very much. Of course, being that he's the interviewer, he's got to give some kind of interaction. But his whole demeanor has changed. He's not the irate knucklehead that he was in the beginning. And his videos are fewer and fewer so that he doesn't show his true who he really is like he did in the beginning. Same thing with recent couple videos I noticed. The first day of the rally, there's a video of him, and it's easy to find, of him standing in Safeway parking lot screaming and carrying on about Oath Keeper's founder. You know, screw you, Stewart. I tear up my Oath Keeper card. I'm a Idaho 3%er now. And now all of a sudden, since the Oath Keeper's there, he's back to being an Oath Keeper. And, you know, he is the kind of guy that will blow whichever way the wind goes, okay? Let's see what else he had to say.
Everyone that comes in and work on the Pacific Patriot Network under our operation here is vetted. They have to go through that process. We want to know who's here, we want to know who we're working with, and that's simple. And if we've got a couple of people that come that want to do that, they're just simple.
And to let everybody know, I am working very closely with the Idaho 3%ers who have vetted me to not only associate with them on the operation here on the ground through PNN, but when I get back to Ohio, I'm going to be very actively involved, especially with your civil defense organization, a nonprofit, to help build out that organization in Ohio. It's a civil defense organization that is a nonprofit that does a lot of great community service.
He ain't never done community service.
And to also help promote on a national level the good
unless
work
it was
that your
court ordered.
organization is doing.
Well, that's what we're doing. It's not just an Idaho thing.
He needs to stay out of Ohio. We don't want him back.
Yeah, we don't want you back, Pete.
Help our communities. Because when you reach into the community and help people, and you do things that are positive, truly from your heart because you want to, people will listen. And then people.
So, yeah, he goes on, okay, about this crap. And then he did another video right behind it with just him with slicked back hair, bitching about some other guy, this Connors guy, calling him out for calling him out. You know what I'm saying? And what are we, in high school? I mean,
Yeah.
and if you noticed, he had to keep repeating himself about being, I'm vetted, I'm vetted, I'm vetted. Show me proof where you're fucking vetted.
You notice they never went into what the vetting process was.
Exactly. And there is no proof because it never happened. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
So they vetted them FBI style.
Oh, they
Like
have a
all
whole
these
whole
people
team.
coming over from Syria.
They have them, yeah, pretty much. They have a whole team. And if he is an FBI informant, they can just make up whoever you are.
Yep.
You know, they can give you to appear to have a crystal clean whatever, or have a little bit of dirt here and there just to make you look like normal average Joe. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he ain't. I'm not saying that fax is real, but I'm not saying it ain't. So, it's to edge anybody's guess. To me, he's a slime ball. To a lot of people that are waking up finally, they're seeing he's a slime ball too. And no one can just switch gears. Like I said, anyone who's known me all my life, I'm the same person offline as I am online. I don't know how to be anybody else. But this sucker here, he's a shady one. He can be anybody he wants to be. If where the hell was he when 2 million bikers were in D.C.? Was that not a big enough cause? He couldn't portray to be a biker because he don't know how to sling shit like that? He only can be an activist, whatever he chooses. Because like the refugee thing that's going on right now is not important. It's more important, I would think, because it's going to affect the entire nation as a whole, not just out west for these ranchers. Now, I'm not trying to take away from the ranchers because, yeah, that's valid. BLM's been doing it for years, sticking it to them all. And if the ranchers are gone, there goes our meat, there goes a lot of stuff. I mean, the farmers feed us, you know. That food didn't miraculously appear in the store unless you like to eat genetically modified foods. You know, I don't. I like the old natural way God intended.
And
so,
it tastes better, too.
Right. Well, I'm not trying to take away from the ranchers and their land being taken from them or whatever, and their land's getting smaller, so therefore their production's getting smaller or whatever, and the land grab and the government being corrupt. I mean, yeah, these are all big issues. But I'm going to tell you right now, when all these refugees get in here and start raping, murdering, pillaging, it's a far greater issue than just some land grab. But I'm not going to, you know, where's he on that? Where does he stand on the refugee thing? You know, he went to Baltimore. He was all for those riots down there, spitting in cops' faces, Ferguson, whatever. You know, the rights movement. He wasn't down there for the bikers, though, because, you know, he must be scared of the bikers. The bikers will fuck him up in a heartbeat. They don't play that bullshit game. You can't sling shit to them. They know you like that. So, and a lot of bikers are made from die-hard Marines, you know. So it amazes me how it's so transparent. It is way transparent. He gets butthurt. Brandon, could you please, you know, wipe my ass for me in front of these people and tell them I've been vetted and I'm not an FBI agent, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I'm not going to be the only one bitching about it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other people out there bitching about it too and seeing right through it. And I don't want to see any bloodshed, but that's all they keep talking about, bloodshed, Waco, Waco. I mean, we wouldn't be going through this right now if they would have kept their happy asses in their own state and fought this situation on a state level, you know, because it's going to take the entire West Coast, all those states to get together to make a difference. For example, do you remember when we first was threatened with the refugee crap? And how many states, and Gunny can contest to this, how many states started jumping on the bandwagon and said, we don't want them here, we don't want them here, we don't want them here, because the people were on the phones to their legislation like hotcakes. Okay? What? How many states were we up to, Gunny?
About somewhere between 12 and 20.
Now, I think we were like, it was way more than that. I want to say we were at 32 states at one time.
All right. You had about somewhere between 12 and 20. I mean, I can look it up to be specific. But a lot of the state legislatures said no, but they didn't have enough votes to overrule the governors. Governors said, bring them.
Right, but I think if my last count was 32, and the problem is that Obama was like, I don't give a shit what you say, I'm bringing them anyway. Or you're not going to get federal funding. So he, you know, that's the way it was. You do what I want you to do, or I'm cutting all your funds. And that's how he went through that way. Texas ain't playing, though. Texas never plays. So, but the bottom line was, if you have enough states, enough support, you'll get shit done. And it ain't going to happen from just one county. You need more than just a county. And they don't even have the whole county on their side. They want them the hell out of there. So they need not shit in somebody else's backyard and then all of a sudden start a call victim.
I'm wondering if Santilli was pushed or planted in this position or is allowed to keep going in order to do the good old distraction politics I normally speak of to keep the eye off the refugees.
Oh, I don't know. They're coming in by the droves. And then, of course, you know, I heard from some other guys about this snowstorm being manufactured. This isn't just your average, everyday Mother Nature. this snowstorm's being manufactured. So if that's the case, that's going to keep the East busy, and this shit in Oregon's going to keep the West busy. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Is that major diversion?
Yeah.
You can conspirize this all day long. It just gets crazier and crazier. But I think when you add colorful characters to it, you're going to lose your cause. If you're not going about it the right way, you're not going to get nowhere. And if you're going to turn around and create a situation and then turn around and call victim, I'm sorry, but you lost my respect. Well, since that list of shit they asked for, that please donate us this, that, and the other, that lost respect right there, because true militiamen don't do that. They come self-contained. Okay, that's a mission. They come self-contained, not begging others for stuff. So this whole thing does not set well with me, and the way it's being played out. As far as the weather thing, I'm not a weather person, so I don't have the resources or know the resources to which to figure out if it was manufactured or not. I do trust the people on that side that tell me that it was. What am I looking at? 30 governors called for halt, so it was 30 of them. He was just looking it up. 30 of them. That was the last call. But still, they had 30 governors. What does this place out in Oregon have? One governor tell them to get the hell out of town. They have no other governors helping them. So to me, they're shitting in the wind. They're not going to get anywhere. It can't get anywhere if you only have the support of a small town, and they don't even have that. And then turn around and call themselves the victim. And that because we're seeing them for what's going on out there, we're hindering their cause. We're going to create bloodshed. Have you lost your last frickin' mind? Because I'm calling people out that deserve to be called out. I'm going to create bloodshed? That's insane. They put themselves there without planning, without seeing this thing through, without doing good research until they get there. And now they're doing research, finding all this stuff. Why didn't they do that beforehand? Could have avoided a lot of this mess. They could have done this from their state. They didn't have to go shitting in these people's backyards. This is, what I'm saying? This whole thing is bullshit. I'm going to call it right now. The whole 9 yards is bullshit. And Santilli is a bigger bullshitter. So this little thing he just had Brandon do, he might as well just wasted his tape, because it didn't get me nowhere but knowing even more now, But they need to do it on a totally different level. There was no audio of Chris Ann Hall's, meeting or her little schooling or whatever. So, he can get mad at whoever he wants to, but we see clean through it. It's transparent. It's obvious. What you got cooking over there, Gunny?
According to CNN, it was 31 states have said no, and a handful have said yes. Dark brown there have said no. The light brown have said yes.
Okay, so you got 31 states. What does Oregon have? 0. 0 support. A few from the town. Other than that, the governor says get the hell out.
Yep.
Hey, ma'am.
Yes.
Had a school shooting in Canada today.
That's gotta be. That's bogus. They don't have school shootings.
4 killed in Saskatchewan.
Well, according to
school shooting in Western Canada province.
According to our wonderful President Obama, other civilized countries don't have mass shootings.
Yeah, just ours.
This is BBC.
How many dead?
4.
And they're not giving out any information, like if this was Muslim doing or just some crazy ass Canadian.
Yeah, no, nothing.
So it was a very disgruntled hockey fan.
We must ban hockey. Hockey causes people to go psycho.
They don't have a team up there. It's not a pro team anyway.
They must have just gotten told they're not on the list to get the Olympics for the next 30 years.
Yeah, right. It happens all over, okay, not just in the United States. And we already have come to the realization that everything that spews out Obama's mouth is one big-ass lie. Just like Santilli.
Yeah. Wow.
And his gun was seized, and that's all they say.
It was only one guy?
Yeah.
Things mean that 4 people get shot. It's not even a whole hand.
Hey, don't take away from them 4 people who lost their lives today.
True.
I'm not trying to take away
Yeah,
from.
4 killed, 7 injured.
We've taken these numbers and shrunk them down to the point where everything's a mass shooting.
Two people is a mass shooting.
This is quote from the BBC article. This is said to be Canada's worst school shooting since 14 people were killed by a gunman at Montreal's blah 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 in 1989.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I mean, this is a big deal for them.
Right.
We should ban all public schools.
Hey, that works.
Then we will have no more school shootings.
Exactly. And get rid of the Common Core while we're at it, because you won't need it.
Exactly.
I don't know who came up with that idea, but he should be shot too.
He's running for president. There's 2 of them on the Republican side.
No way.
Governor Jeb Bush and Governor Huckabee.
Mm.
They dreamed up that whole scheme.
He wants to be your Huckleberry. I'm sorry, it just made me think of that was his last name.
That dude's a freaking weird. He's a weirdo.
You got a name like that, you got to be a weirdo.
I'm still trying to figure out why Governor Kasich's running. Nobody outside Ohio even knows who he is.
I do.
Hey, I'm in Ohio. I don't even know who the hell he is.
I heard Ohio doesn't want him back, so
He's a sure don't like Obama guy.
I don't like Obama either.
He always is butting heads with Obama shit.
Outside of Trump possibly stabbing everybody in the back, is there any Republican that likes Obama?
Does anybody like Obama?
Bernie Sanders, I think, does.
That goes to show you something about him.
Well, he's not the brightest person from Vermont either.
Well, I'm thinking he's got Alzheimer's on top of it. Do I live here?
Well, Sanders he's even come out and said he's a socialist. We're not socialistic. We're supposed to be democratic.
Correction. We're supposed to be federal.
True.
Radar, get your shit together, son.
Man,
Let me tell you something. What gets my blood crawling is all these foreigners, and yeah, that's somebody who's not a natural-born U.S. citizen. All these foreigners come in here, okay, and decide that they don't like this and they don't like that because it goes against their beliefs or what the fuck ever, then get the hell out. Okay? Because I was born, bred, and raised in this country, and I am not going to change my values, my morals, everything I was raised upon to be an American for them. If they don't like it, then go back to where they came from. They don't need to be here. Now, if they want to play nice and assimilate and be a part of our way of life here, that's one thing. But that's not what's happening.
And learn to speak English.
Oh, number one, speak English. Most definitely.
You mean like all the liberals that moved out of California and moved to Aspen, Colorado, because California's taxes were too high, but they go to Colorado and demand the taxes get raised?
What the hell was that shit? That is stupidity 101.
Yep.
We are talking Hollywood types here.
Insane. I can't deal with it. You gotta just these people who all these celebrities, okay, if you want to call them that. Oh, if Trump gets into being president, I'm moving the hell out of this country. Well, can you leave now, please? I'll help you pack. You don't need to stay, because ain't none of you worth a shit nohow.
Yep.
If you're going to contribute to being a decent American, you know, believe in the Constitution, uphold your oath, whoever, if you're an oath keeper or have taken an oath at any time, you know, and play by the rules, that's one thing. But if you're going to be pissy and act like, you know, you're better than everybody else, then there's just no time for you. You know? We should be taking care of our own first. We have more unemployed, more homeless vets, homeless in general, and you're going to bring in more people? Tell me this. Is New York not crowded as it is? And they want to bring in some millions of refugees to New York? Where the hell are they going to put them all?
The sewers.
Now we're going to have
the alligators.
Now we'll have mutant Muslims, like the mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know where we could put them. Let's put them out there, middle of the way out in the Hamptons and the Long Islands.
Yeah, that was actually, I want to say it was a senator that brought that up. Maybe it wasn't a senator, but it was somebody talking to these people, and like senators or some lawmakers saying, why don't we put them in the Hamptons or in wherever you live and see how you like it? Do you want them there?
Exactly.
I think we can put a bunch of trailers.
What's that, XX?
Why don't we put them in the White House?
Hey, I'm all for it. We can ship them all to D.C.
Yeah, Obama will
They'd
feel
never
down.
notice.
They'll never notice.
They'll never notice. There's people that are born there that don't even speak English.
Freaking
People
lazy.
don't have common sense either.
True.
Too many freaking lazy people. They won't even take the time to learn English, you know, but they're going to bitch about certain, you know, aspects that don't fit into their lifestyle. I don't get it. I guarantee you right now, if we go to their country, we're not going to have the same greeting as they get here.
Yep.
It's a Trojan horse is what it is. Huh?
You won't live long if you go over there. At least if you're not armed, anyway.
Well,
That's true.
Either way, it's just a point to be made that, you know, this is what's killing this country. And we have absolutely no say in any of this shit.
Yeah, the people that were born and raised and live in this country don't have a say about the people either being forced over, more or less, the refugees, or the people streaming across the borders illegally.
Right.
It's like, why can't we do something about the problems we already have instead of bringing more people in?
Because the whole plan is to drag us down from being superior country to being a crap country, a laughed at country, a broke ass country.
Well, we're already broke.
Did any of you all see what the stocks did in Asia yesterday?
No, you're the stock man. I don't pay attention.
The Nikkei was up almost 1,000.
Do what?
The Nikkei went up 941 points yesterday.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means somebody just blew up a huge bubble.
All right.
Yep.
My old man blows bubbles all the time, but I don't go getting all happy about it.
No, it's a warning sign. When your old man blows a bubble, what happens to the bubble?
Oh, it smells to high hell. That's what it does.
Not what I'm referring to.
I'm I'm giving him a hard time, man. Look, he makes me face palm every day. So it's good to be able to do this shit on live air. Right back at you, Gunny.
We got to get your webcam working.
Oh, no. You just want to see my facial expressions because that just drives you crazy.
That way they can see you face palm, you know?
Our U.S. national debt is almost at 19 trillion, I think.
Well, you know, it's not that big.
Way to go, Obama. Take some more frickin' vacations.
Yeah.
It's only 19 trillion.
Yeah, you know, that's just dropping the hat.
Amazing.
It is.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you what, I don't know how we got here, I don't know how we're going to get out of here, but I think something needs to be done, and it needs to be done as a nation. We all need to come together and not let this man or whoever divide us. He started out with the race, dividing us by race. Then he went to our ethnicity and tried to divide us that way. Our religion, divide us by religion, and now you know it goes on and on and on. And if he divides us all, then we can't be strong and come together as one nation and fight this shit.
Because we're too busy bickering among ourselves over, to be honest, stupid crap that really wasn't an issue until they blew it up.
I'm sorry, you're not born racist. You are taught that. That is a taught thing. You're not born that way. Okay? Yep. So being taught that and having it instilled and keep going with it is what's dividing us from being a well-oiled machine. Our downfall is ourselves. We are our own worst enemies, and if we let these people continue to make that happen with the Black Lives Matter, whatever, this issue with the Oscars, you know, recently, it's stupid and it's petty, you know? No one's better than the next guy. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. So why argue it over?
How can you be racist if you don't like anyone?
Say that again?
How can you be racist if you don't like anyone?
Well, I guess you can't then. I guess you're just, you know, out there by yourself.
You evil hermit, you!
You evil hermit. This is from a man that's looking at, what is you, women's shoes. XX, what are you doing over there?
You really should turn the screen share off.
Page.
He's shopping while we're talking about important things.
There's a button on the left that turns that off.
That's okay. Hey, at least he's participating.
Sure.
We love our man of mystery. He always brings us something.
Women's shoes, USAA.
Squealing pigs, you know. You never know what he's going to bring out, man. Any damn way. Hey, why don't we wrap this shit up?
All right.
I got lots of editing to do.
Lots and lots of editing.
I got to make Jackson happy. I got to cut out all the goofiness out.
No way.
And stop trolling, too.
I know. He just walked away from his freaking computer.
Fuck it, I'm done.
I'm done with you guys. You guys are just your lost cause. Oh, he's watching. Oh my God. All right, so let's. YouTube. Yeah, right.
Remember, do not mix the PVC cement with the hand cream.
Tip from Gunny. Every show. He's got to throw that in with every show. I'm pretty damn sure at this point that he has done this and knows this by experience.
I'm smart enough to have not done that.
Sure, that's why he keeps it right by the computer.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a laptop. It's movable, by the way.
You mean portable?
Portable, movable, potable,
laughable.
Laughable. All right, let's wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can also follow our other pages by clicking the links below. And remember, folks, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark, so prepare today to survive tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.